Jeff, when you think of Maryland art, I automatically think of duck carvings. And when you think of wildfowl carvings, you automatically think of the Ward brothers. Linda Bottinelli is the executive director of the Ward Museum of Wildfowl Art in Salisbury. Decoy carving is not a completely Maryland form of art, right?
No, people are carving decoys throughout the United States and actually around the world. And that's something, as you come to the Ward Museum or come to one of our special events, you'd be able to get a glimpse of and maybe even meet a decoy carver.
And how did it all start?
Well, decoys are used as a way to fool birds, to be able to bring them into a hunter's range. And so people around the globe and quite frequently in the United States were using decoys, including Native Americans. And so as that ability to fool the bird improved, people kept just one-upping one another on how to make a better decoy. You know, maybe originally starting with like a hump of marsh mud and then turning that into a carved decoy that you know when you see and find one at a collectible
And
stand.
how did it become a form of art?
Well, the decoy, you know, the person who was carving and making the decoy was making a tool. But when your individual is crafting an item, they're always sort of infusing it with their essence and what they wanted to be able to express themselves. It was probably in the turn of the century, turn of the 20th century, when people, just because of the demand and use of the decoy increased and the number of people who were exposed to them, the decoy ended up on the mantle more frequently.
And how did the Ward brothers fit in?
Well, the Wards were decoy carvers. They were by trade. They were carving decoys for people who were hunting around the United States and did a great job of it and are known for the quality of their decoys.
Here on the Eastern Shore?
Here on the Eastern Shore. And then as more people started to see their decoys and get to know the Ward brothers, they saw that in particular Lem was quite talented and was experimenting with decoratives, and he was making lots of things to be able to be put up on the mantle or be given as a gift. And so the demand for those items began to increase, and he just started to make some fabulous, fabulous pieces of art. We have sculptures that are not only just waterfowl, but all different types of species. We have bronze and stone in our collection. People who are carving and celebrating wildfowl in a variety of media. And this is not just a museum that deals with the hunting side of the story. It really deals with the way people engage with nature and use art as a way to celebrate the beauty of birds.
What are these decoys worth? I mean, I know there's a wide range.
Oh, wide range. You could go to a yard sale or a collectible stand or something like that, and you could pick up a decoy for $50. But we also know that decoys have sold at auction for over $1 million. So it all depends.
Now, just tell me a little bit about the museum.
The museum is here in Salisbury, Maryland, and we're situated on Shoemaker Pond. We have a beautiful facility. It's a museum that could be considered a history museum, a science center, or an art museum. As you move through our galleries, you get a little taste of how wildfowl art is a part of Eastern Shore heritage, a part of a national art scene, as part of the cultural and natural heritage of the United States, and then just the beauty of our surroundings and the facilities here with our sculpture garden, our nature trail.
Laura Bottinelli tells us that they have hundreds of carvings here by the Ward brothers, but that's only a small part of their collection. They also have carvings from artists from all over the United States. And Salisbury is just a short side trip from the beach. I'm Lou Davis for State Circle.